This is Sunday, the 16th of November 2003. My name is Pat Christie, and today I'm going to be tipping Emma Johnson from Zoar in Hillswick about her life and growing up in the Hillswick and Aishnes area. This is on behalf of the Heard Oral History Project. Right, Emma, in order to make sure and check that this is going to work, I'm going to ask you, what was your favourite toy when you were a pretty lass?
Well, I think it was a tea set, young pretty tea sets. Parents used to get, and I look at that. Play with them, make tea and sugar and water and milk.
Was it China?
Well, it was lame, it wasn't a thin thing, it was kind of something that the bairn could dide around.
Did you all play with that?
Nah, the older ones was boys. Me and my sister was 2 years younger, so she maybe played with it, but she can't, I can't mind.
And did you have a keeping on it?
Yeah, I had a lot of things that I had to keep an eye on. It might me getting a dow's bed. It was just a pretty thing. And they were shelly like doll in it. It was sweeties. I thought I'll never eat these. But it came with that I thought I would taste upon it. So eventually the doll disappeared. But it took a while because I was that vexed about everything. And that's what I mind. Oh, you just enjoy your old things that you played your way and a lot of shoes, that was your key, and I don't know if you had that.
We used to have bows that we tied her to the green.
Oh yeah, we had shoes that we, and then we had tatties stuck with feathers that we used to fly up there with the wings. The tatty crass or what?
Yeah, tatty crass, yeah.
Things like that, that was toys I never mind very much all over.
Right, Emma, when were you born?
The 9th of November 1926.
And where was that?
The Scarf Asian.
So what was your fox name?
My father was Andrew Anderson Johnson. My mother's name was Libby, it should have been Elizabeth Anderson.
And how many of you were there?
8. I was the last but one.
So you're the second youngest? What memories do you have growing up? What about your folk?
Well, I needed 2 days after being 4 years old when my mother died. My other sister was younger than me by 2 years. I did, must have been 1930 it should die, because I was 26 when I was born.
And what happened to your mother?
Gallstones.
So they couldn't do anything for
her? No, at that time, searching there and all. I could mind that. It was such a traumatic thing in your life, but no, they could do now. They couldn't operate then, you see, for that. But no, who gets an idea and doing behaving than that.
So that must have been very hard on your father then to bring you all up on his own.
We had likely must have been, but I never had them grown. And of course my youngest sister had him, which she took. She couldn't bear him out our side. I kinda shuffled along. There are times you must have wished that should have been to take you to do things. You just hate to get on with it. And
did you bide in the house on your own with him then?
The boys was.
Did no grandparents or anything biding in with you?
Well, not when she died. Her father was, and then he died. So they were really nobody. None of that older age. We had no grandparents really. He was the headmaster now. But, and my cousin, that's Douglas' sister, then she came in bed with us a while. There were different things that came for starts, but then they came over and washed clothes, and which was a great thing.
What did your father do?
Well, he really was fishing. And sometimes when we grew up a bit and we were at the Lolly was maybe left the school, but he was home and he could what the Fraser were fishing because there was nothing either for it. So we left him with the craft, like, and Lolly and Wally was the kind of twat, was the means it was left him with us, so but mucking and work. I don't know never heard it.
What does the mind about working on the craft?
Well, we hate milk and kye, and with the result, you hate the curtain and you hate all this usual thing. How and tatties or hip and tatties, and just the usual, and then that's animal, hens, and ewes, and well, they depended on it, so like, no.
What about going to the school?
I thought I was 6 when I went to school. By the time the until I was 6, we had over the mile to get. And they were no cars then. It was just fun, but I hated by the holiday.
So did you like the skill?
In one way, yes. It didn't seem to be an effort to me to get through your lessons and things like that. It didn't think it an effort. But I was glad today they left. But I got exemption because anybody him. Twice I got exemption. I got in for 3 months and then I had to wait for some money month and then apply again and then I got off the last 6 months.
Was this to be him then on the craft to help the folk?
Well, we had to and still had your youngers as a good school. So they need exemption. Me, the eldest thing is found to be.
Where did you go to school?
Isn't it? Yeah, there are a lot of bairns then. I think my brother told me when he got to school first in Easters, there were 50 bairns. And when he left at 14, there were 25.
What does you think would be the cause for that?
I don't know. Well, you see, they were named work, muckle in Easters. And folk luckily, well, the younglings on each had married, they like the young elsewhere to get work. And then everybody had they left in.
And what memories does the head of skill like?
It's just the usual. The reading and spelling and arithmetic and geography and history and then you had your writing compositions and stories.
Did you play any games or anything at the school?
Yeah, brothers. At bad sometimes. Rough and tumble games, but that's all well. I think we had to spell a cricket for a while. We had the favour of the cat and the mouse we had. Each stood in the middle of the playground and the other each ran if they tapped the foot, and if the one into the foot and touched the deck, they couldn't touch it. But if they tagged the on the way down the house, well, that's good for you.
And with the lasses and boys being together and
yeah.
So you weren't separate?
No.
And walking to the school, can you mind what that was like?
Yeah, that was a fine day, but sometimes in the winter time it wasn't so fine. Especially when off a flying gale, rain maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd never deterred you, good.
Well, you would likely go out and brawly wheat sometimes.
Oh, likely. You had coats then, you didn't have on jackets and that, you had kind of things down to your knees. Lucky below that it was wheat, lucky the rubber boot anyway.
Was that what you wore, rubber boots?
Yeah, well you had just walking out now. Less in summer you had your sand shoes or sandals or something. Anything that you could get. You wonder sometimes how they managed.
What happened then when you left the skill? You got exemption and you left. What did you do then?
Well, I just was home for a while. I was home for a breast that because my sister left and 2 years later and then she was working first. She went, but she had her spell and then I said I was here and she had a bite. So that was what we did.
So what did you go and
Why, the first job at the house was at the Irvins here at the outside. Because they had the shop and they had the craft and that's my first work. And I was there when the youngest lass was born. Me and my mans and also. She was come to look after her and I went there and for the doctor to see and she was having that leg hand on 20 days or sometimes had the missed all day. So she didn't take so long for the bairn was come for that he came with the doctor. I said to the doctor, I says, the bairn has come. He says, good God, and he threw the hat off. And was that funny?
Speaking about doctors and health care and that, what like was that then?
Tell you the truth, we never were ancient was sickly or poorly unless you got anything like measles we got, kind of things like that. But
would you gotten the doctor to come?
Yeah. Come. There is so much of it. When you had the doctor then they looked out your name. You had to buy the after the school.
But you were achter the Irvin's shop?
Not in the shop, in the whole shop, so I know what he is now.
He was helping them to keep the house and that kind of thing. Did you cook or anything like that?
Well, a few sugars not, but should they dad have missed that cooking, his wife.
Did they have a big house?
No, it's just a craft house. They had like a back extension on it, a kitchen, a bathroom and that, and the rest of it was just a grey, just a craft house.
Did you travel back and forth?
No. Bed.
So did they have pretty room for there? Yeah.
Pretty close up the stair. And I made slipping in there. That's when I came by, that was my room up.
And what about the sister? What did she do?
She went to the mansions at Halsuk first. Then she was at the hotel working. Then I don't know how long she was, I can't mind. I'll tell you where the job I was in Spingy. It's like the Hendersons. I was there for a summer. A good day there and good done. And I enjoyed that. It was something new.
This was at the Spiggy Lodge?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, was that like keeping house and that kind of thing?
It was just housework
and
craftwork. Because they had a craft. Way out the lang, I can't mind the name of the place. So I came walking that piece to milk to go. And then I went to starting in the corner, the hairstyle. They were all rats and I was scared of them, judgment. We never had them here. Oh, that rats. I was scared. I was terrified first. And still on my face, I would go to me with.
So did they have a lot of animals there?
No. They didn't have, maybe had 2 kites. I didn't care if they had on a ship. I never mind me working with ship.
No.
But they were all folk in there, so you see, they had the housework to clean. It was a general skivvy there. The night that I came home, I mind it was the month of November. It was snow. There's snow. I got to Larrigan with the bus. I didn't get 4 hours going to win him, but I fell in between boys not through. And they took me home. That was no bother. And they had no window the car, and I had set me back to the window to keep the snow. But we went home safe and soon. It was fun. You never thought it would nothing. It was going to happen or anything else. You just, they had that in the fucking gaffing and telling stories and thrashing. No, any of the 2 of that boys is living, I don't think. Yeah, I think.
So you married and then you came here?
No, with the Burnside. They're a pretty house there, that's not after no, but must have been there in 48. I think we came here in 52. Because my eldest boy was going to school down there, for April to Hearst or so, before we came here. So that was the change over to head there, and I'm my dear sons.
Were you always planning to come here to bide then?
No, really,
no?
It was the men that liked us that had the craft. We'll bait the craft, and this craft and the old rooms that so I don't the banks, it's another craft house, it was a craft weight too. And he asked me man if he was wanting. So he thought he'd take it and that's the way we got it. And the house was a wedding hop to begin with. And we just pat him up and bade in him and then wrote what we could, when we could. And this is what it ended up.
So you beg at the house yourselves?
Yeah. There's a lot of people that sick at them. So then, I'm still going to get repairs still. Whenever they come to do it, I don't care.
Is there any memories of that?
Yes, I do, because I had a boy said to him, wow, Lolly, he got to South Georgia and I think he was there 3 years. Riders come home and be called up.
So he was a whaler?
He was a whaler. Lolly was a whaler too. But they were torpedoed going down, time. Of Ireland, so. But he went home, they got leave, they packed him home. And he got again. My other cousin, Robbie Anderson, he was lost in the war after that. His father and mother was gone, so she'd left with us torpedo and others. They didn't want him to go, and so he never went. But he got 18 later, but he was lost. 6 or 7 Shetland, that's about that boat. That was Tommy Anderson's brother. But my Tommy and his wife bide in my West Sea time. And he had the scarlet feather and Moorfield in the house. It was a Christmas. Jimmy Anderson got this feather. They weren't hated and he was the one that lost his war. So my father took them over to us. They went, I don't know how long they were, maybe 12 months. The lad, that was all kind of cleared up and away. But we never got anything. And they got nothing, so we had a lot of fun. Tommy used to torment me.
But why?
Oh, I couldn't tell you that much.
No. Did he play then when you were little?
Yeah. And I mind he gave us our first wireless and he used to work with us wireless. And that's why he gave us our first wireless in the house.
Yeah, he used to fix wireless.
Yes. It's like some old thing that he was gardening and he fixed it up and it. We ate for years.
And what else do you mind about Tammy?
I really can't mind that much about him. Just that I mind him by the house and tormenting me.
I think you like it the fun.
Skid you to spike back. And she would teach them tinging at the school. His wife. And she used to go every day and come back every night.
Why did she teach at Tingin then?
Well, the shepherd that was there was Albertson, man. Wally Albertson. He had family doses, and they were Wally and Teddy, the eldest boy. I think they were the ones that would have been at the school, but they got the teacher to come there, this wife, took on the job, teaching them in Tingin. That was that time, but the next time they were away, and then they come back to Tingin again, and they had to walk to Eastern school. God, he was so mad on the whole. But they wouldn't have had a teacher then. I mind Wally, he was the eldest thing out. When he left, he could go out to Vidland to the persons at Sweeney to work. And Robbie was left, he was same age as me. They come along, we was at night every night, and he something to eat before he took the ride for thing, and we could. He must have been phantom because they could out of the morning and they put heat on it anyway.
No.
Just share. You never get it though.
This Gilbertson folk, the Tingin folk, they were shepherds.
Mr. Fader, Wally.
Did they originally come from this area?
Mary Gilbertson, that was Jackie Egbertson's mother. She was her sister to that Wally Gilbertson was shepherd. Because he's a cousin Wally, the young Wally of this. He was up here this year and came along me twice, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. We are good to school. Die drie morning I get up and das mine was gone done just about an hour. I didn't get it if he was near the place. The dog good and I shouted on her to come back. And he looked on her and he says, we on Scotch down, he says, it's all right Emma, he says, I'll look after her. He didn't see the old house geroken there where I don't see when he come back. And so he come in. He's half polite to him. I think it's more him to him as what on either place. So,
what about diet then? What kind of foods would folk eat?
They weren't so much to be fussy about. You did eat a lot of fish then when it was going to fishing and that. Well, they would need deep freezers to keep on.
No.
Sad fish the winter time. Sad mutton, still young, hey.
And then you the bacon?
Yeah, the boys did that. Wally had to do it. No, Andrew, I think. He was older as Wally. I think when my mother died, he had to take over the baking. But when he got to work, Wally had to take it over. And then when he got to work, then Lolly had to take it over. But the next, it was more good to see her. She never got to with the daddy Baylor. My sister, she had the door share in it. That's what we did.
I'd like you a lot of work baking for a family like that.
You never seemed, I don't know, you never seemed that good. That should a thing that you hate to do and you never get to know how to do it. So if you didn't do it, you didn't get it. Nah, it was alright like that. You never really get it.
Can you mind the shops around the place here, or were they?
Well, they were none in Nations.
None?
Never in my time till away the later years at the Murden shop was. For a time, it wasn't that long. But the main shop was Halsel. Urfer was there in there.
So that's a piece to ging for any kind of...
Yeah, but the wines came. Halsel wine came. Well, then Warleys, the Sandys and Siding done it. Just the Bachelorary layers there, the side there, right. Their wine came on the Monday. And the Halswick wine came on a Tuesday. The Urford wine came on a Wednesday. I can't mind. I can't Halswick come again on Saturday. But I can't mind on either. So the way I had a choice to.
And what about knitting and that kind of thing?
Well, I was at the school, still at the school, when my Auntie Harriet, she said I was to come to Lang at night for coming for school. I didn't keep one, so they sent me out to knit. She gave me Washington, learned me through the map fair and then she started making this pretty bairns jumpers. Fair around the year, around the neck. You got 2 lampens for you first for them. And they're 6 squirrels, but my aim like that. That's what you got for making that taal with the hand. Dat could I verlangen dan get up the traps to got 3 shillings. But had learned you.
And would that have been reasonable kind of money at that stage?
Het was me één was wat way you felt you earned that. But it was hard that made me come and learn it. And I had sat doing, she sat alongside of me and showed that they had it what to do with us.
And how did you get the yarn then? Did you buy the yarn or did you?
Yeah.
You didn't sell over?
Well, I came about all you sent us bags to the mill and sus and hunters and brora and things like that. And you got was it for the but you had the pacey muffle is for getting a dash spun and that. And your colours and that.
Just to make any new?
No, I have plenty of wires, but they've never been muffled. I like the old thing, didn't want them like that past time.
Just to enjoy, Mark?
Yeah, I did a lot of finishing and all that when that was on go.
Did you have a machine, a marking machine?
Yeah, I had them. I still have, but I never do it anyway. That was how this, we left here when it all, so we had this nothing business, yeah. There are a lot of finishing and that. You're crafting on cuffs and lips and necks and everything. That good out for years, and I was there working in winter, so that's when the bairns was kind of growing up and that. And I was there for a winter. It used to be wartime, and I had to come home. Too much to do.
What about your man then? What was his name? Sorry.
Ertie Johnson.
Ertie, right. What did he do?
Well, the best of his time was spent at sea. But then he came home when he did kind of give that up. He got a job with the county and that. Just,
when he was at sea, he was just a merchant navy?
Yeah. Well, she was there on the wartime. He was torpedoed and that.
Was he?
Yeah. What was the name of that boat? I can't remember. They were packed up and he got ashore in Glasgow on his birthday. And he like that.
And then what did he do, did you say?
He was at the county, working at the county.
On the rod?
Yeah. I don't know if he was in the same 70 when he died. He was strong. So I've been there on my own ever since. But I hate the bairns.
Yeah.
For Ronnie seen so.
Yeah.
Leslie was going away on his father day. So clear.
What about water? When you made it the other place, did you have well next to the house?
Down at Burnside, yeah.
Yeah.
It was at the side of the burn there, a most lovely spring there. We carried the water here, it was just crystal clear. But when we came here, never the same kind of water. Well, wasn't it? Distance famous, but he had a habit of drying up in summer.
Did you have to dig this well, or was he here?
No, he was here at that right. Out house. So we just dug them out, cleaned them up and scrubbed them. And then I'm seeing the men when drying his father got the log with barrels, tractor, for washing we in the summer because you couldn't afford to wash out of the well. Now we used to get, they just fill barrels with water and take it up and just let it stand here and then have it wash out with the water.
And how did you wash clays?
The knuckles and the scrubbing board that you had. And the first machine that I got, I thought, that was just splendid. It was Leslie bought them in Leith, second hand he was. Sitting on twin tubs, okay, so to have to shaft it out of the washer into that kind of thing. But that should seem like that was nobody at all. I used to come home, I was working at a hotel at the time, and I'd come home in the afternoon and I'd get a whole bunch of washing out for a good back for tea. That was no better. Then you had the water down too, and so even better.
Dus zijn doorbracht in the hotel?
But I was 15 a year, long time.
What did you do there? What was that job?
Mostly kitchen work. Till the head was staying up, I was housemaid, oh Jesus. But no, it was mostly kitchen work, I was saying. Then I was at Fert for 7 years there. And I was at the fish factory, forgetting about that for, I might for 1 year I was there, 3 or 4 hours. So I got plenty of work. Never liked to be with her.
Did you like the work at the hotel? Did you enjoy the...
Oh, you had a lot of fun. They had a lot of lasses.
What was kind of managing it when they
just
was...
the different things. Oh, they'll sell anyway.
Yeah.
She ate that control. She was, first when I got, she kept it roll. It was too bad on me though. Like the elders, some young lasses that shoot from me.
So there would have been lasses coming in to buy?
Yes,
Yeah.
the big Danny.
Yeah.
Just the whole Danex, so she had the staff quarters. There went room with Danex, so next to the hotel that they keep guests in if they were not in that room. The rest was our staff. She's made in there.
Do we again him?
I just could hate. She's I hate the bairn. They're at school and then by the time I'd got roughed in fine for he come home for his work. Just about the time I was going out back again for the day. Well, you had to do the night shift was maybe never home again till 10 o'clock at night, but had kind of roughed in fine with them and the schooling, so you never left them on their own. It was not the wages, but still that was better, isn't it?
There would have been funds then, you had...
Oh, that's what... You never told each other how you'd murdered them.
So it's fond memories, eh?
It is a lot,
Yeah.
yes. I mean, just... No, that last work. 2 years ago, I got up to Walsa. Lasses that I came up there was working with. But me up for the weekend. In fact, I was speaking thing the other night. I had to go again. So I had to go all sometime. We're just speaking over. We a lot of us got together and there that many. Speaking about that, that's all that. I just had to go.
And so they worked at Firth as well?
Yeah.
What did you do there?
Cleaning rooms. That was my day, like 7 years, year and 3 months, I then. Before we were made 3 done then.
And there were a bus that came and picked it?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, we'd never won if it went.
No. And that was Fraser Peterson, was it?
He was the miss that time. They were into the first store, but he was the miss that time for a mercy.
And did you like that work?
Yeah, that was all right. You had a lot of fun. We did a lot with you. And that was the same. You didn't let every kind of fun. You were keeping it among yourselves. But there is supervisors going and checking and room for them.
Yeah, was that good pay?
It was good pay.
Yeah.
The best pay I'd ever had in my life, really. But now we are all kind of vexed with it. Well, you missed the company.
Why did it end?
Well, you see, it was their name here. Mine was going out to it then.
Was this workers that was big in the camp, or was it?
No, the camp was big. It was the men that was working at the oil there. It was them that was big in the camp. It was their quarter, so...
They were all leaving.
Many hundred wasn't it for? I'm sure they were about 900 or 1,000 men. And that I had to have beds and every night a room. And then... There were more men there, and I never was at that camp. Then they had another camp in Graven. They might be getting the off-road job there, and I said, nah, that's better the devil, you know, when you don't know. He said, we had no transport. I kept the man in church, and he asked me to come back. I went to it. Me and Mike were about.
And they worked at the fish factory at Runniesville?
Yeah, Runniesville for 3.5. For 4 years. I can't mind really for long.
And what was they doing there?
Paradise. Yeah, you started at 8 o'clock and went home, I don't know, daytime sometime. But that was the same, they had a car for you. Because you couldn't wait, they wouldn't have packers, they wouldn't have nobody to pack them. They didn't fetch you, so it was fine. And they had you here at night. Those paid by the what to do.
Piecework.
Piecework. So it was over with.
And what like was that to work at?
Stinky. Busy. You shifted some weights. Something was adding up for money. Boxes of fish we had left it.
So that was this like haddock and...
Yeah. Mainly haddock. Whitey. They're a lot. I think they're over 30. That was going on.
What was the manager there?
Peter Duncan.
Peter Duncan.
In it was then when I was. But then they were our shareholders, Gibby Johnson. They were popping in.
So there were about 30 of you then?
I think they were all 30. Palleters and packers and iedereen's working at either kind of things. Me and the wife ik alle first. Jimmy leert, we reden three of us together in a gang. Well, you hate to hear that, so you could. He weighed up the first day when we were back. He was all good.
Can I go back now a bit then? And I'm interested to ken what you did to entertain yourselves about a night when you was young.
We had games that we played and hide in the temple and because that usual trash. I think that you had plenty to do, so you never talked about that.
Did folk go from house to house?
Yeah, there were somebody come in about the night and then they'd be playing cards and then you'd be interested watching this. Euchre and trash.
What's a euchre?
Euchre, well that was a four-handed game, you had to have four. Well, you could play a three-handed game of it, but they're mostly you and a partner, and then in some other in and a partner across the table. Well, I can't describe it. I'm trying to mind it for Martin to say, asking me what they did to this. And I said, well, unless we get the cards on them. But, no, it was a euchre then. Then it came this first. That's even worse. I find it. I never did learn that.
Concert parties and things just over?
No, really, the only things that we ever did was in the kirk. They had plays, they were a minister, an Aisnes and his wife. And they were awful good. They did a lot for the bairns, I will say that. You only think about it now. They were rathbone. And they would have this things up for you and we'd be in this place and by the time we had the faces are black. We burned cork. That was what they blackened your faces. Then they would have you singing sometimes. Yeah, the choir, we were on the choir, the lasses were there. So, and then you had your Sunday school. And snack time then we'd be coming home from the school. We had him by the months when the minister was your son, means your lad. And we'd never came till he socket the snowbass up. He was guided up the whole course before we come up over for the school. And then we'd have a real good go on snowface.
With the minister?
Yeah, it was great for that.
Yes.
The bairns.
Yes.
It was awful fine. Now, they were awful fine, helpful kind of folk. You'd never see him. He'd hide him to his knuckles from 8 dicks and then you'd never see him. He got snowball.
So did you go to Sunday school every Sunday?
Summertime, yeah. Then you don't want that kind of keep it. Oh no, and then when we came up a bit, and his wife, the minister's wife, had a guild. We had good one night a week in the summertime. Then shoot, he was all over singing to this old folk.
So there's a singer?
Granny, but I'd like the place to I don't know.
Did you enjoy singing?
That was all right sometimes.
Yeah. When you say you were singing to folk, was that in their houses?
Yes, they would have the house on in this kind of pearly bodies. It was what lasses wisten. We had to go and sing those hymns and things like that. Yeah, I might was away in Stennis. That's just walking there and back and there our place that lived to walk. That was a snail longer there, but so walk the back of the point. And we lived there, we were there and sang to her. Hjoglen, there in waar Larry, namely, that was there. We were there and sang to her. That was fine because it took you. You were there nothing coming at you for sure was there with you. That was fine for them too. I suppose they enjoyed it.
Was that a big part of your life then?
A lot more as it is ever, no. We used to hear lots of plays and things that they'd learn you and then Workkirk had an open fire away at the back end, opposite end for the pulpit. Sometimes in the winter time then they would have this fire on and it's that kind of cosy way. Yeah. Then we had picnics in the summertime.
Sunday school picnic?
I think the school had a picnic, they too. We had them at the hoop there. Going past doggies down up in a flat with a green across, or down by the ha. That's where we hid our picnic.
So what kind of things would you hide at the picnic?
Races, sack races, and running races, and egg and spoon, just the usual.
Good fun.
Well, it was a good fun day. We'd go up to the Easter's Hall then, for our tea. That was a kind of something different. During the whole day.
Did you get fancier and met the shoe the garden at tea?
They were lucky, the women was lucky bacon, and you never get it. But anything had to be done, so you just took it for granted.
Mm-hmm.
No, we had that kind of thing. Then we had a guild, the lasses, the young Sam minister's wife, she had us guild for the lasses. And then she would take us on away on rambles in the summertime.
Walking through the hills, do you mean?
Hills, or don't they a beach? It had this. Well, it was fine because you were all together and you really had some kind of project that you were doing or but that seemed kind of odd. And I mind another time, it was him and we had the bagpipes playing. God, we left the house and we ran, and then there was a man who played the pipes. He was up in Easter on holiday. And he was friendly with Tommy Anderson and them. And they were a whole string of them following him, and we were away around Handavo and all that. Why, marching after him. I can't think that man's name. Was he locked there? Sure. But we are just out of Splendid. Summer night.
You have fond memories of when you were young then, living here?
Yes, I couldn't say that I have bad memories.
No.
No. I mean, you hate hard times, but you can't things hate to be doing and you hate to get on with. That's what I think. Well, you hate that then. I mean, anybody did do it for you. You should grow up with that. And I've never stopped. So.
And what about care then for, say, women here in Bairns?
Well, I don't know what they did. That was just an old wife and they had a lot of this. An Eastness old Beanie Williamson, they had her. And she was good among the women here in Bairns. But I mean, in my day, it was a doctor.
But that's afore then, so she would have been like a midwife, would he?
It was they used to kind of holidays or something. I can't mind some name. But that was, she was at many and many. Their mother died with. They're pretty boy. Well, Eddie was at the school, I know. But Lolly was never at the school. And he was sent here 2 or 3 times when he was home long. For good, like Dougie's sisters with him. He said they did an awful lot for us. Well, I said they did exactly the same for me. Yeah, that was... Yeah,
there seem to be a lot of families we one parent. Just it's a theme that seems to be running through this.
There, another young lass, she was only 16. That's Sassy Williamson. She did with that same thing. Time in Scarlet Fever. And my sister, my eldest sister, Lizzie Shue. They took her and Eddie and Ginny out of the hospital and went long. And she was terrible old, but she survived it, but...
Yeah, it must have hit fuck hard then.
Then you see, nobody was allowed in if you got it until they had to come and fumigate the house and what.
Would they keep it, the stuff or blankets or that, or did they?
I don't know what. I don't know what happened. Look, it had to be washed, doesn't affect them and all. Then they might be saying the measles or some of it.
Was that bad as well?
Was